Good afternoon. So I'm here with a pistol I've had it for quite a long time. This is the Umarex USP. It's a non-blowback H&K. Okay, it's a very nice pistol. It's a fixed slide, but it has got a spring-loaded ejection port. So obviously that's a separate part. It's got dots at the rear and at the front foresight. There's not a lot of moving parts on this. You've got your magazine release, which is ambidextrous, both sides, okay, and it's got a safety, yeah, and that locks the trigger completely, yeah, and this is a two-stage trigger only, so you just pull it and it fires it. See, the hammer does actually work. So the weight of this, actually, with the magazine, and this is an all-metal magazine, CO2 goes in the bottom, and you've got your guide for your BBs, which locks down. I put 20 in. It'll probably take about, I think it takes 22, but I only put 20 in during the tests. Shot count is very good. Today I shot it down and it didn't hit below 300 FPS until it got to shot 153. Okay, first shot was 467 FPS. So its spread was quite wide at 156 spread over 153 shots. But it had a minimum velocity of 311 and a maximum of 467. Average energy of 1.41. Now, if you shoot it obviously a lot slower, and I was given a 30-second delay between each shot, at least 30 seconds. It's about 17 degrees centigrade. I fired 20 shots, and the results were much better. Energy average was 1.8 foot-pounds energy. Velocity average was 390 FPS. That's an average over the 20 shots. The minimum was 387. The max was 394, and the spread was only 7 with a standard deviation of only 2. So just show you the actual figures, and you can see them there. But that's the results from the 20-shot Crony test. So yeah, Crony don't lie. So the overall weight with the magazine fitted is 1,055 grams. So that's quite hefty. That's at least 2.3 pounds weight. It's probably going to be what 2 1/4. That'll be what, about 2 pounds 4 ounces, if I'm right, or 2 pounds 5 ounces, around about that ballpark. So it's quite hefty. It's got a nice feel to it, nice balance. Shot count, like I said, is very good from a CO2 because obviously there's no blowback. Obviously this has CO2 in it. It has no pellets, no BBs in it, so it's totally safe. And if I fire it double action, you can see it. The trigger pull is fairly heavy. See, and it's about as noisy as any other BB shooter. It's accurate, providing you grip it properly, because of the heavy trigger, it wants to pull. Okay. But if you've got a good grip like that, yeah, and hold it steady like that, nice firm grip, it's pretty good. And I'll show you why it's so good. Using these BBs, these are the Daisy BBs, these average out at 5.35 grain. I did 40 shots, semi-rested, just my wrist rested on a bag, and that's 40 shots at 10 yards. Majority of the grouping runs around here. That's 40 shots. I had a few flyers up there, as you would with a BB. But generally, that's a pretty good group, yeah. I then tried a tin can. Actually, this is a bean can, actually, heavy-duty bean can. That's another 20 shots. This was freestanding at 10 yards, by the way, okay. And yeah, that's a pretty. These cans are about 2.9 inch diameter. So yeah, that's a pretty good group. So you shoot it slightly to one side. The actual first shot went in the top and did that to it. So it was shooting a little high. I was aiming sort of around about here at the bottom of the can, and it was shooting high at 10 yards, which sort of shows it's got plenty of grunt there. Okay, so yeah, that's 20 shots, yeah, and it's a pretty decent group for a BB shooter. So, like I said, this has been around a long time. I've had this at least 4 years, maybe 5 years now. The actual branding is really nice. I know if it's with the new blowback one they do, this is actually not. This is white instead of red, and I think the red actually does look a lot better. Like I said, that's the mag release there. So it's a full weight metal magazine. It actually weighs, I think it actually weighs 408 grams. So out of the 1,055 gram weight of whole gun, 480 408 grams is the magazine weight, so it's a really hefty mag. So yeah, really nice. It's got tells you the actual calibre on the side of the magazine as well, just on the one side. See, so yeah, standard mount. Unscrew that, put your CO2 in. I always use a bit of Paragon oil, pop it in. But the sheer weight of this means it'll just drop out. So make sure you've got your hand underneath it when you release it, otherwise it'll hit the deck pretty quickly. How it actually operates, obviously when you pull the trigger, the actual barrel is recessed, it pulls itself back and engages in that cutout where the BBs are, encases the BB, and then the striker hits the actual valve and fires the BB out the barrel. Okay, so that's how it works. But it said the only moving parts on this really, apart from the actual trigger system, is your safety, which locks the trigger completely, your mag release, okay, and obviously the way the trigger works. I don't know if I can show you this, but if I pull it, you might see the barrel moving backwards before it fires. Can you see that trigger? The actual inner barrel pulls back, engages round inside the top of the magazine, encases the BB, so it basically puts the BB into the end of the barrel and then it fires it. So that's quite a good design. The only downside of that design is this will not shoot the fire dust devils. I've tried it, it jams. It doesn't really like copper coated lead BBs. If you put a full magazine in, it will shoot 10 but it won't shoot a full magazine. It's because obviously the barrel needs to smoothly go over the BB, and Daisy BBs are zinc coated, zinc plated, so they're very smooth. Obviously steel BBs from Umarex are very good. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, the best BBs I've used are basically the Daisies and the Umarex steel ones, you know, the branded ones. Yeah, obviously other steel BBs will work fine, but excuse me, it certainly doesn't like dust devils, and it's not over keen on the copper coated lead, and it certainly wouldn't fire lead BBs, the Gamma ones, because they'd be way too soft. Okay, it may well fire plastic BBs. I might try that. They're smooth, they're uniform, they're reasonably hard, obviously being a plastic, so I might try a few and see how they shoot. I think they probably will. So I hope you like that little review, and like I said, this is a nice affordable, if you're after a BB shooter, not worried about blowback, has a great shot count. Like I said, I got 150 plus before it dropped off below 300 FPS, which is pretty good for those Daisy BBs. And it's affordable because these are around about 100 in the UK. Really well made, solid, yeah. And yeah, there's not a lot to them, but they're reliable. So I hope you like that little video. Thanks for watching.